Midway. Evening, everybody. We'll start soon. I'm just getting situated. Who's ready to see that highlight of Russell Wilson throwing a goal line interception? Like a million times in 2014. All right, we will jump in here in a second. We're pausing the game for the moment. I will resume here in a minute, but I do need to just grab a quick drink and then we will start the stream. I mean, the stream's live, but giving folks a few minutes to show up. All right, one moment, guys. Wasn't a good start to the day? Are you talking about the game not being in? Oh, I don't know who you're rooting for, so. But yeah, we'll be starting in just a minute. Just trying to see something here. It'll just be one moment. else. Yes, this will be this. Well, no, not the second episode. We played 2 episodes worth last night, and tonight we're going to be playing, sort of picking up where the stream yesterday ended, but the video from this morning did not show the whole stream. The stream is available for replay if you want to see it, though. I just wish I could edit this. Huh. I hope you guys all had a nice weekend. Why does it not? Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll just do this as is. All right. Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Task Force Admiral, the Midway scenario, which just became available to backers the other day, and which comes out, this game anyway, comes to early access on the 27th, so just a couple of days away. Yeah, we're returning to this. We did fight a first battle here, or first wave of dive bombers. We didn't send the torpedo bombers out, but we fought a first wave of dive bombers against the Japanese fleet. We set 3 Japanese carriers aflame. I think 1 for sure will sink, maybe 2. And there is 1 uninjured Japanese carrier, and our planes are on the way back after that strike. So we can actually go in here and see the naval strike here. I'm not sure. I didn't really get a good sense for how many casualties we took. You can see it looks like most of this, or a good chunk of this, well, I don't know, there's a decent number of casualties here in this first wave. You can see 1 of the first group ditched, 1 of the second group, 1 of the third group, 1 of the fourth. So it looks like the first dive bomber section or squadron suffered a 3rd casualties. The second squadron fared a little bit better, slightly less than that. The 3rd squadron was completely wiped out, but there were only 2 planes in that group. And then the escorts, we sent 10 fighter escorts. Looks like 1 of the first section, 1 of the second, both shot down, and then that was it there. So 8 of our planes will be returning. We have 36 planes coming back in the first naval strike, and then we have 2 other strikes from the Task Force 16, which both have over 40 aircraft returning. Although some of these guys are still... They're still engaging the enemy? It says engaging target, but maybe they're just trying to get out of there because they just completed their bombing strikes recently. So I'm assuming these guys are, well, they're a little ways away because we can't see any fire down here. Yeah, these guys, first group 2 aircraft lost. The rest we didn't see any casualties. The 3rd group didn't lose a bomber. 4th group supposedly didn't lose a bomber, and the fighter escorts not so great. The 5 in the first 2 sections, 7, 8 fighter aircraft lost. So That carrier's fighter wing got pretty badly shot up. And what about the final strike here? 44 aircraft returning. We've got... These bombers seem to mostly have done well. I'm guessing the fighters got pretty badly handled if the numbers are the same. Let's see here. Okay. First fighter section survives. Second section wiped out. Third section maybe still fighting. It's actually on pause. Are they still fighting? It says engaging the enemy, but yeah. So the fighters in the second wave, that, I mean, that's like 16 fighters for our 2 carriers there that got shot up. Meanwhile, the scramble rate off of Midway got savaged here. You can see what, 12, I think, buffaloes got wiped out. 15, 18, 21 buffaloes. Every single buffalo got shot down. The wildcats also got got wiped out too. Someone's getting shot down over there. Was that one of ours or one of the bad guys? I think there's zeros that are still chasing us, maybe. Let me see what that is. Can I click on it? If you click it, you will. That's a wildcat. I can see the American stars on the wings. Okay. Down he goes. Or maybe it was a Dauntless, but either way it's dead. Yeah, that's a Dauntless. Okay. So our planes may take some damage as they try and get out of here too. So that's something to keep in mind, as the enemy fighters may be chasing us here. But we've got 36, 43, and 44 aircraft left, I think. Or maybe those are the original strike numbers. I'm not really sure. But they're trying to head home. We'll see if the Japanese let them. We've got a good number of aircraft coming home. We'll need them though, because we're going to need a second strike. Yeah, it's been, I don't think it's supposed to get above 20 degrees until either February 1st or January 31st where I'm at. So it's been cold. It's warmed up a little bit to like single digits, but still going to be cold for the next few days. We didn't really get much snow here though. I think we got like 3 inches this morning. It was just enough for me to have an excuse to pull the snowblower out for the 3rd time all year. But there's gas in that tank. I got to use it up. There's no guarantee we'll get another use for it. We had one really bad snowstorm in like early December, I think it was, or late November maybe. That was about it. All right, so we're going to need to get these guys back to the carriers. The carriers are still untouched. We do know that the enemy will probably be, if they can, muster a raid against us. I'm a little leery of sending our fighters up to scramble right now, just because we don't have any indication there's going to be an enemy. I think these are our aircraft, but we have 2 enemy carrier groups here, or 1. And I don't know that we have any indication they're going to be able to launch a raid against us. They lost 3 aircraft carriers flight decks, pretty much. Man, their formation is a nightmare. Look at this. So we got this enemy carrier, which is, I think she's sinking. She seems real low in the water to me. She's still moving though, but that is not an operable flight deck. Got another guy over here, which she may not, she's pretty low in the water in the back of the ship in the aft. This looks low to me. Maybe it's not, but it looks pretty low in the water to me. These guns would not be active in any kind of sea state. So we might have 2 enemy carriers sinking. I know there's at least 1 that has not. Maybe that's the normal water level though. That's because that's where the rust ends, or the copper bottom, or whatever the hell the red paint is. What about these guys? Can we see if she's low in the water? Okay, she definitely looks low in the water to me. Is this a strike going out? I don't remember seeing them land. Or actually, these might be the Midway bombers, because remember, we hit them before the Midway planes made it back. So they may not have the aircraft. Yeah, they're retrieving their aircraft right now from Midway. So they need to retrieve these aircraft and launch them. This is the unarmed, undamaged carrier. And we've got one over here which took damage, but is at least has its fires under control. It doesn't appear that her flight deck is functioning though, because we see nobody landing on her. There's only one carrier that seems to have a functioning flight deck, so hopefully that means a huge chunk of the enemy planes are just going to have to ditch. They'll run out of fuel and have to ditch. Oh yeah, to me she's listing. I think she's a goner. She might be going under right now. It sure is close, but I don't really want to send my fighters up to scramble while we're while the enemy's not launching a strike on us. That would seem premature. So we'll let our planes come back. I really would love to see this guy sink, because it does not look good. Maybe she won't sink. I don't know. It looked like she was about to go under there. She's definitely got water shipping over the bow. I doubt they have physics modeled to that degree, but so those aircraft are circling. I was going to say, do we see planes crashing? But that was just a white cap. So it's probably going to take these guys a while, even if they do want to launch against us. They got to retrieve their aircraft, then they've got to spot for a new raid. I would guess the enemy won't be able to get aircraft against us for at least another hour or two. Now, the other dynamic is we still have all our torpedo bombers. We could launch a torpedo strike before our own planes come back, I think. Can we reach? That's the question. Do we want to sacrifice our torpedo bombers? Best possible. Before our planes make it back. Yeah, we should be. Landing ends 5 minutes after out of fuel, but I'll be moving this direction at flank speed, so I think by the time they get back, that'll be a moot point. I hate the idea of sending more fighters off to get destroyed by the enemy, but I'd be tempted to do it. We'll send three. We'll send 3 fighters off. They'll take 12 minutes to get off. I think they will get off before the yeah, that's Yorktown. Before the raids make it back. Okay. Again, I'm not sure, but I think these torpedo bombers, can we do endurance? Does that change anything? No, because the torpedo is the reason they can't make it in time. Maybe deferred departure changes it. So if we do normal departure, well, it doesn't make a difference. Okay. Green light. All right. So we're going to get our carriers spotted for their torpedo bombers before, hopefully, our own planes make it back. They're still 68 miles out on the Yorktown, further than that on the other group. Just got to keep the Japanese on their toes, right? So you can see we're spotting these. Hopefully they get... Looks like mission recovery will start at 8:06. So we should be able to get these planes off just before we begin receiving aircraft back. So these guys are going to be spotting. Let's go back to the Japanese and see. I mean, we could speed time up too, but let's go back to the Japanese just for a moment and see if we can see what we can see. See if we can sink an enemy, see an enemy sinking. These carriers are still a flame. Yeah, this guy, it looks like it's sinking to me, but not yet. Meanwhile, I wonder how many aircraft they can take aboard the undamaged ship. The other plane taking any guys aboard yet? Not yet. We accelerate time at all? Honestly, I'm kind of surprised these guys are still moving. They're still making waves, so their engines are still going. Just waiting to see if she goes under, but doesn't seem to be so far. They're still retrieving aircraft. Nobody landing on this guy's flight deck yet. They haven't patched it. You were just so low in the water. You need to go under, dude. She's going. She's got to be. Look at how low she is. It's like every minute I think she's going to go, and then she just kind of pops right back up. Are we going to see any of these guys ditch soon? These are the Midway planes coming back, I assume. Maybe we should make sure of that. They damaged Midway. They didn't seem to do a whole lot of... These guys, none of these guys have torpedoes or bombs on them. Still just the one carrier. Taking aircraft. The question is, how much fuel do they have, right? If they're low on fuel, some of these planes might start crashing soon. This guy seems like it's going real slow. Whereas the more damaged carrier seems like it's going plenty fast. I wonder, I don't think so, but I wonder if this scenario would have like light carriers. All right. We will check in on our boys. They should still be readying their flight decks. A couple more moments. So we'll speed things along just a little bit. Also, this is like right now, I think one of our planes is ready to launch. Maybe 16? right, let's do this. Oh, that's not what I want. Yorktown, are you spotted and ready? Looks like it. All right. Plot. Spotted. Edit mission. Oh, you're still spotting? Really? It looked like you were ready. They both claim they're ready. Okay. It says spotted. There we go. Take off. Why do I not have the option to have you take off? Am I looking at the wrong raid? Not sure. Why? Whoops. Oh, they gotta turn into the wind, maybe? I don't care about the range. I want them to go now. They'll be in range by the time I get there. Do I really have to hold them? I know the fuel's low. That's the point. They shouldn't prevent me from being able to fly. I don't care, guys. I want you to go. We're gonna have to cancel the mission if you don't go. We're gonna have to start retrieving aircraft. We're gonna send a single raid of 12 torpedo bombers out all by itself. Oh, they have a target picked. That's not, I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, they all have a target picked. Well, that's a bummer. Because they're not going to be in range by the time the planes arrive back. So it'll just be Yorktown. Torpedo bombers getting slaughtered is their job. That's what they're supposed to do. Vroom, there goes the Wildcat. You're gonna die too, sir. The enemy cap is gonna be too much for you. Japanese might actually, no, they probably won't be landing by the time we get there. The Devastators are slow. I really wish you could launch. Okay. I don't think the Midway planes aren't back yet, so they're not going to be. This guy's all alone. Oh, no, he's not. He does have some escorts. Gotta love the heavy, heavy, heavy cruisers. Still no sign of any planes landing on the cratered carrier, so her flight decks must be busy. All right, I think I've got to clear the flight deck on TF-16 because those planes are just about ready to land and we're blocking their way back. I hate to do it, but if the game won't let me strike because we're out of range, I think we have to. Here I was, thinking we were gonna make it. You guys got a spot for landing, right? No? You're not gonna? Okay, there you go. Clear the damn flight deck. Hopefully my planes can start landing soon. At least they don't have to move them down the elevator. They can just move them forward. Make sure to raise the barrier though, so you don't have planes crashing. All right. All right, here come our planes. I can see them now. Or at least I saw one of them. Are they landing in Yorktown too? They are. Okay. All right, boys, ready up for another flight because you're going to be up off the carrier by 9. Well, if we can get you all spotted. Rearming and refueling happens pretty instantaneously in this, but... I don't see anyone back from Enterprise yet. I saw a couple of aircraft come in on one of them. Seaplanes are heading out from the Sand Island base. Did someone land on... They don't have to clear this deck for these guys to land, do they? They should just be landing now. Because if these guys are just chilling while I clear the frickin' front of the aircraft carrier, that's gonna be a problem. Shouldn't be. Yorktown has planes that landed with... I don't know. No, some of these are dive bombers, I think. Yeah, they're landing. Okay, cool. All right, what's going on? So these are returning flights. This is our bombing flight, I believe. This is the enemy carrier group. So we've got our torpedo bomber group. Ingress. Why are they flying north of the group? They should be flying south. You're never going to find them there. Well, this might be a wasted flight. Big heavy torpedoes. The enemy task force is spread out enough that perhaps is he all alone? Where's the rest of the Japanese carrier task force? Man, they are really spread out. She seems to be settling by the aft to me. A little bit, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe she's definitely down a little bit. Engines are definitely not revved up. Not as much exhaust. Seems to be moving very slowly. Here's to hoping she's settling. Where's the rest of the enemy task force? I think she's sinking. Definitely seems to be dead in the water. Or near it. Yeah, maybe our air group will get lucky and disable someone. There's our torpedo bombers. Or their escorts. Are the escorts way out ahead of them? You'd think the escorts would be flying with them. Apparently not. How about the base air groups? Is anybody doing anything? Looks like we got another raid taking off. B-17's on the flight line. Oh. They're landing. Those guys are all dead. They're dead. I wish there, like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with the contact button. There's a new wave of patrol aircraft out. PBYs. All right. We're still retrieving aircraft, right? Yeah. All right, so Enterprise and Hornet are still retrieving aircraft. Yorktown too. So to that end, I suppose we just focus on the ingress nav strike. See what they see. Thank you very much for the membership. Appreciate it. Okay. I don't know if these torpedo bombers are going to find anything up there. I guess we'll find out. I was mainly hoping to find the active enemy carrier so I could get a sense of when we might need to scramble fighters. For any raid that might find us, because we do know there was a report of an enemy scout spotting us. But these guys seem like they're going to be way north of at least the one carrier that we saw down here 15 minutes ago. Again, I don't really know where the rest of the task force is, though. To that end, actually, is there... not strike. I don't want to do strike. Can we do... seaplanes or debriefing? Can this carrier group do a new search? Where are these guys flying from? I'd like to do a new air search with the TF-17 seaplanes if we've got enough of them. It looks like we've only got 2. All right, these guys find anything? Still says en route. Oh shit, did they already drop? God damn it. None of these guys have fish. What did they hit? Or what did they shoot at? Well, they all dropped their torpedoes on what? I don't know. Did they spot the enemy? They must have, because it says 3 minutes ago. Doesn't tell me anything. This game needs to do a better job of, like, messaging. I understand there's an element of, like, oh, we want fog of war, but it doesn't do a very good job of conveying what's happening. And the enemy's so spread out now, I can't really find them. I hope they didn't fire on an outlying destroyer. Oh, they fired on this carrier. You can see there's a fish running right past her here. So at least one near miss of a torpedo. I'm guessing that was all of them. I don't see any holes. She took a bomb. I don't know if that's a torpedo hit or from her bomb hit. She took one bomb hit near the waterline, but that actually looks like that could be... There's definitely damage here along the waterline. I don't know if that was a torpedo hit or not. Be cool if it was. Sucks that we didn't see anything. Would have been real cool to see that. I guess I can look in TAC view. It will record it after the fact. All right, well, our torpedo bombers are done. I hope that was a hit. She definitely looks like she's listing a bit. So I think we might have put a fish into her. Is her rudder stuck, or is she still on evasive maneuvers? It seems like maybe her rudder is stuck. No, she's straightening out now. Well, cool. Maybe our torpedo bombers did something. Definitely looks like a hit right about here. Too bad you guys didn't get to see it. Yeah, you can see maybe a little bit of fuel oil in her wake. All right. TF-16 has ceased. Does that mean they are done receiving aircraft? Sure looks like it. No warnings anymore. All right, boys. Those are my boys. Back off to my carrier. It says 19 ships, so I think that means we sank one of the enemy. Integrated strike this time, maybe? Our torpedo bombers can make it. We'll pay attention. Or can they make it? No, they can't. It's close. Okay. It's gonna take us 30 minutes to spot. Are we gonna be in range by then? First off, you should be. We're gonna do that. We're gonna change our course. That means our landing will start before Fuel is out. Okay. Hopefully the enemy doesn't launch a strike on us while we're doing this. They might. Still have 20 fighters on the Yorktown, or did some of the planes return to the wrong carrier? I'm not sure which. All right, everybody. We got... Well, Yorktown is the closest to being ready. I mean, the Japanese only had one deck left when they historically struck at Yorktown, right? But, oh no, the game crashed. No. Do we break it? Do we break it? I'm hoping that the game auto-saved somewhat recently, because I have not manually saved it. We shall see. The torpedo bombers seem to get in and out pretty much okay, but again, with as spread out as the Japanese fleet is right now, that may be... Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna see if we can get back into this, so bear with me one moment. Oh, come on. Stop crashing on me, game. Thank you for the gift sub, Mass Wolf. Just saw that come in. I know that was 30 minutes ago. All right, how long ago was this? 2310. Which would these have? Good God. 2325. I think 2325. I think this is probably it. Okay. Do I not have the raids planned yet? Okay, this looks like post dive. So we are after the dive bombers have, or the torpedo bombers have hit their target. I think. Well, it says ingress. These guys are definitely coming back. Okay. Actually, this says planning. So what do we have here? Did we set one of our raids up already? All right, yeah. So start spotting. Hopefully the game doesn't crash again on us. Whoops. Didn't choose the target. I should be able to edit that. Oh no, we did. I just didn't do the deferred departure. I did the normal and standard time, which frankly I'm fine with. Let's just get them up. Okay. Hornet, you're going to launch everybody as well. We're doing this a second time. We'll do deferred departure for you. Okay. All right. So you know, the fact that I'm overlaying my, well, no, because these guys are the further back ones. That's fine. They're going to go to Yorktown. Okay, nobody's spotted yet, right? These guys are all still spotting. It'll be till 9:20 or 9:18. Yeah. Yorktown's going to be the fastest because she only has to spot the dive bombers and fighters. So we shall see. These are some recon planes coming back, and then we've also got, I think these are the torpedo bombers up here. I don't know why they're flying north like that. What are these? Unless these are the Japanese, which could be bad. No, these are our torpedo bombers for show. So these are the escorts, these are torpedo bombers, these are the recon planes. So far, so good. By the standard of the real battle, I'm ahead of schedule. I'm way ahead of schedule. All right, Yorktown should be the first ready to launch. So if we go to Yorktown, let's take a look at her deck. Are they going to be on time for their launch? They are. Wow, they hit it. Spin up the engines, boys. Get them going. Oh, I don't even have to. They're just gonna go? Cool. I don't even have to tell them to go. They're just going. Get going, boys. Get going. They spotted the fighters behind the bombers this time. Maybe that's because we didn't do deferred departure. I don't think anyone's running across that deck with all those props running. Unless someone wants something bad to happen. I don't hear anything from this view. We're on the deck. We're on the bridge. There they go. All right. Just imagine, you know, looking over the bridge here, or whatever this is, this part of the deck. All these engines running, the salt, you know, the sea air in your face. Man, the adrenaline dump. Whew. What a great view. What a great view. FOD? What's FOD? I'm assuming it means death. All right. What about Enterprise? They're still spotting. Man, Hornet's way behind spotting. Fortunately, neither of these guys had their torpedo bombers launched yet, so at least there's nobody they have to retrieve. Right, Enterprise is ready. I guess we'll just go. We'll go with what we've got. Take off, boys. You can't do a goddamn engine start. We need smoke coming off the engines. Could you imagine you just flew one mission like an hour ago? And you're back ready to go for another one. Talk about a day's work. Foreign object debris? I guess that's true. Just chunks of meat. Returning into the wind, into the wild blue yonder, flying high. I'm sure the Navy would be real thrilled at this song. Tora, such an airstrike this is, indeed. Except, you know, the opposite of Tora, whatever, the American equivalent. Can you hear me over the flight? Hey, look, there's one of our propeller-driven SOC 1s up here. I think we've seen them in daylight. Hi guys, we're just returning from our flight. I hope you all are having a great day. Just chilling. Just the two of us. Make it if we try, just the two of us. Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. There they go, off the other carrier. So purty. Hey, sir. Your face looks a little mashed in there. What am I looking at? Black hole of despair. Okay. So the other views on the plane, not so great. All right, Yorktown almost has its flight off entirely. Enterprise is still a ways to go. And Hornet is still spotting. If I launched the Bears first, I wouldn't need a second strike. I don't know, man. Bears lost. If I launched the Bears first, I would have thrown 3 interceptions. I don't know what the Navy equivalent of an interception is, but you know. The Santa Cruz and Eastern Solomons, they're definitely more like no one, there's much less talk about those carrier actions. And I think by the Solomons campaigns, like the later campaigns, a lot of like, hey, this is what carrier actions look like has kind of gotten ironed out, so that you do see a lot of maybe more proficiency. I don't know, Hauser, you could probably speak more to that than me, but I think you see more proficiency in any event. In the operations. Is the base launching anything else? We've got the seaplanes ingressing. They're launching any more strikes? Don't tell me this dude's flying alone. This guy's all alone. Poor dudes. They don't even have anyone in the plane. It's being flown by a drone. They must not have the models in yet because there's no crew there. Oh my god! Skynet is here! Are there 18 of these guys ingoing? Because they did just launch a new B-17 raid, so maybe that's what these... Yeah, we got another B-17 raid! I don't know how many bombs they have at Midway, but they're definitely using a high percentage of them up. 18 more B-17s out. Where are they on the map? Still a ways away. If I zoom in here, do we see anything? Cloud cover. Can we find? Well, we got a battleship. Firing flak at someone, maybe a scout plane. Oh boy. They're preparing a strike, I think. These guys have to be spotting right now, right? They don't have an elevator up front, so it would make sense for them to push forward and pull back unless they're just rotating the cap. But I think they've spotted us by now. These are all zeros, though, mostly. They have any ordnance on them? Does not appear so. Okay, well, the good thing is I should be able to scramble if they're about to fly against me. Excuse me, beep beep. If you got hit while they were... I got hit in a random battle generator from from the previous series we did, and we got hit while we had aircraft on deck, and the aircraft got destroyed. They got blown off deck. Fires and secondary explosions knocked planes off the deck, and you did lose them. It wasn't just like, oh, you know, but they're still there in the unit roster. No, those planes got eliminated. I don't know if it magnifies the damage. Not really sure about that one. Okay. These guys all died, right? Yeah. So who are they shooting at? All right, so even though we didn't do deferred departure, it does look like our dive bombers all met up. So we got 28 planes going in nav strike 16, 49 planes going in nav strike 28. These guys are still forming up over the air group, or the carriers by the looks of it. Okay, so she's launched all her aircraft. She is almost done spotting by the looks of it. Yeah, I don't know if Hiryu's launching a strike. We haven't... It's a lot of zeros to your point. They could just be refreshing the cap, too. Why are there no ships in sight? Well, I don't see anything. Well, in any event, this is the first group, right? Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I don't want to fast forward past them attacking, but... okay. Hopefully we get a notice when they start preparing their bomb run. Forced to scramble for what, though? They haven't spotted us yet. We would have been too far away. In any event, spotted 0 minutes ago. That means there should be something here. There should be a ship or something. All right. Bigelow, Bigelow. Let's see if you guys find anything. Three, 6, 9, 12. Dive bombers here that I see. All right. So this guy is spotted. We can go ahead and order you to go to. Okay, so we're definitely going to do this strike in waves. All right, we are lining up en route to IP. We are lining up, which to me indicates we are about to fight. We're no longer in formation. We're now kind of in a attack line. En route to IP. Definitely ready to bomb. Don't say anybody's ready to bomb yet. Just everybody's en route to IP. Does anybody see anything? I don't. Bouncing around. A lot of cloud cover doesn't help. Kind of bounce. They're bouncing all over, boys. Well, there's flak now. So there's something down there. Can the AI see through the clouds better than me? Whoa. Those were several flak explosions real close. Yeah, I've definitely seen historical pilots. Where are they going? They're turning around, so we must have seen something. Because they generally fly past the target and then fly back. So if they turned around and it says bombing target, then I assume we're going to dive on something. On what? How they can spot anything, I don't know. We shall see. Maybe the AI has X-ray vision through the clouds. Okay, here we go. Diving through the clouds. We got more aircraft lined up behind us. We should be playing Ride of the Valkyrie as we scream through these clouds. What are we gonna see? It's a burning flat top. Wonder if there's a good angle I can watch the attack come in. These deck views all kind of suck if the goal is to see anything. This one's probably the best. Frankly, I think I'd rather... Whoa, maybe not. Incoming! Okay, yeah, that view kind of sucked. All right, let's go back to the bombers. Bombs away! Oh, dead center. Oh, they look dead center. Somehow that guy straddled. I thought that was a dead center hit. Near misses abound. Give me at least one good hit, guys. There we go. One hit on the front. Maybe a second. Well, for flight decks, we're getting repaired. They're not repaired now. Front of the deck hit. I think everybody dropped their bombs. That was a little anticlimactic. Although I guess we got 2 bomb hits, right? Because there was one. Was she already aflame? I kind of forgot. All right, first raid done. 28 aircraft on the way back. I don't know if the near misses do damage below the waterline in this game. I'd have to check with the developer. All right, we got our other groups incoming. These guys are just taking off. Okay. I don't even think we lost any aircraft in that last strike. I think our B-17s must have missed. Looks like they're flying back now. Maybe that aircraft was aflame because of a B-17 hit. We'll never know. All right, it says 3 CVs, 17 ships. I'm going to assume that means at least one of the enemy CVs sank. Okay. Stunned. The enemy has not gotten an attack on us yet. We still have 1 undamaged enemy carrier, though. At least I believe we do. I think 1 enemy carrier sunk. For sure. Okay. Are these like maybe escorts for damaged ships? We got like 2 small ships spotted here. So the enemy task force may be coming apart. Two destroyers, 1 large. Maybe that's one of the carriers that's damaged. That would be the other 3 ships, which would mean nobody's sunk yet, I suppose. Which one is this? Isn't this the one we just hit? She's not a fire anymore, though. Okay. Oh, that's a different one then? Okay. Those guys going down to attack? They must be the torpedo bombers going to the deck. I suppose we could try and follow a torpedo bomber in. See what their existence is like while the dive bombers do their things. This carrier doesn't seem to be maneuvering very well. Dude, are they even shooting flak at us? More torpedo bombers are coming in. Maybe this is like the what was the, is it the Shoha? The carrier that got sunk by the like 1 successful use of devastators in Coral Sea? Shoho? She looks almost dead in the water, so our torpedoes better hit. Otherwise, I think we can confidently torpedo attack coming in from the other side now, too. Otherwise, I think we can confidently report to the Admiralty that the torpedo doesn't work. Oh, yeah, boys. Here we go. We got at least 2 fish coming in here. I think. I thought I saw him. There we go. Dude, this they both detonated. She's got to be a goner. There's no way. 2 fish, all those bombs. Maybe more coming in from the other side. These guys are lining up for an attack on someone. It looks like another fish just hit her amidships. so that second attack put fish into her too. Dude, this is the fucking Yamato. As not the actual ship, but like, this is like murder. This isn't war, it's murder. Guys, Jim, it's dead. It's dead, Jim. We need better scouts. We need more scouts up shadowing the actual task force, because I can't find anything anymore. I think they scattered to the wind. Seems to be the one ship we keep coming back to. I can't quit you. Okay. Here we go, boys. It's like target practice. They're barely shooting. They don't have any cap. They're barely putting any flak down. Look at all these guys streaming down toward the target. How many raids can we get off? It seems like a shallower dive, but there's a good hit on the front, on the bow. Nice hit on the aft. A hit amidships. A little bit long on those. A little bit short here. Another hit amidships. Dear Lord. For what we are about to receive. Another ship. Another hit off the bow. Another hit near the meatball. Another hit. Everybody on the bridge at this point, I'm pretty sure, would be dead. Oh my god. Oh, this is target practice. What did she take? At least 3 torpedoes and countless bombs. There goes the Akagi. If she doesn't sink, then this is rigged. It's as rigged as the NFL. All right. The second raid, these guys are still... Oh, yeah, okay. I hope they fly south. Assuming with all the fire, I should be able to see her. Yeah. Poor dude. You gotta be dead. Why does that say on deck? You are not on deck. There you go. What are you sinking about? Don't you guys dare attack this ship. Don't you dare. She's definitely settling some. How long does a ship take to sink when you take that much damage? I don't know where the entire Imperial Japanese fleet is at the moment. Don't you dare. If you guys attack that same carrier, I'm going to be pissed. Those guys going off and attacking a different target, maybe? I mean, I want you to find something else worth bombing. I guess I'd rather you bomb the derelict ship before you bomb nothing, but all right, we're lining up. Yes, this is a different carrier, I think. I don't see fire on her. Oh, yes. Here we go, boys. She's the undamaged one. Let's get her, boys. The only Japanese carrier we haven't damaged yet. We're gonna fly past her and then come back. That seems to be the name of the game in this game. You guys better hit that target. If you go for someone else, I'm gonna be pissed. Here we go. Coordinated chaos. Somehow I went from the front of the formation to the back. It's okay. We can watch all the other bombers ahead of us. It is Hiryu, I believe. She's hot over. She's the only Japanese carrier we haven't put a bomb in yet. There she is. Here we are. We look like a flock of fleas about to attack a horse. Let's go. First plane's nosing over. There they go. Spiraling down like angry insects. We're just all going in. Whew. Gives me the shivers. Look at them just dropping. They're just like, and now we go to lay some eggs. First bombs are misses. Near misses, but misses. Straddling, well, not really straddling, but just off to one side. They look like they're mostly short. Come on, guys. Hit them. One hit a midship. 2 hits a midship. That's a good one. That's a good explosion. Just the 2. I mean, she's definitely out of action. I'll have to worry about her launching any aircraft, I don't think, for a little bit. Whoa! She can't be going under that easy. What the fuck? Is this just like a graphical thing because she's turning hard that the water, or is the water actually shipping? Looked like she was already damaged. Maybe by her torpedo bombers? I mean, they're all climbing away. It could be the torpedo bombers. Yeah, I think she's going under. I don't see any damage on this side, though. I don't know. I'm not sure how the game handles sinking mechanics. Well, those are all of our strikes for the moment, so let's just stay tuned and see what happens here. Is she going under? Sure looks like it. Woo! There ain't no coming back from that. Screws are up to Davy Jones's locker. She's settling to Paul Allen's photo scrapbook. Goddamn, you're right. She's got her whole ass up in the air, and that's a big ass. That might be a Titanic reference. I think those planes would have slid off the deck by now. But in any event. Down she goes into the depths of the ocean, down, down to the ground. All right. We for sure got one. I think we've got at least 2 enemy carriers. There's the rest of their, or at least some of their other ships. Do we see any other carrier decks? All right. So the other carrier was up here before. I don't see anything, but that doesn't really mean anything either. Oh, what's down here? That's a destroyer. Okay. Is this where we saw it? Well, in any event, can we send out, so 2 CVs now. It claims 2 CVs. And this was as of 1 minute ago. So theoretically, this should be a good spot for the center of whatever is here. Which maybe it's true, but I see no aircraft carriers here. So it's possible there's 2 carriers down. Can we... New air search. Create search. I could do SBDs. How many seaplanes do we have? Just the 2? Well... Go ahead and go. Let's also create a new air search. I don't know how many SBDs I can send out. A few by the looks of it. Okay. Well, let's see what we've got here. All these task forces, seaplanes are bugged. I was using seaplanes before. What's bugged about them? We used them last night. might be responsible for the earlier crash. Well, I was using it yesterday and it didn't crash. We sent 16 seaplanes out. Um, 0 minutes. So to me, this means we've got an actual aircraft up there shadowing them. But what do you see? Hey, hey. You should have at least one ship in sight if I do this, I would think. If there's 2 CVs, I don't know where they are. I see no silhouettes. I feel misled by my scout, whoever it may be. But I feel pretty confident in saying the only enemy carrier group that probably had any planes left, unless they really did hold half their planes back from the Midway strike, was the aircraft carrier, which we just sank. Spacebar for tactical view. I don't feel like that actually helps. I mean, I could be wrong. The angle on the tactical view is so trash that it's like, okay, I can't even see a horizon shot. So like, yeah, okay, you're saying there's something here, but I see nothing. So, I don't know. All right. I guess we can keep sending strikes out. We didn't see that carrier that we just sank either, and green light. They may be retrieving aircraft still. I hope all those planes didn't crash. No. They just haven't landed yet. All right, so Yorktown, I think it was, or who's 17? Yeah, Yorktown. Got another raid off. Or was in the process of, or was. I don't know. Why are we getting oh no, one spotter. General quarters, all hands man your battle stations. I think we've been detected by a lone enemy aircraft. What is it though? She's a float plane. She's flying right over us. Definitely has spotted us. That's fine. Not worried about it. I don't know what the Japanese have left to throw at us, but I don't think it's much. Do we have more aircraft coming in from Midway? 17 what? those guys, not them. Oh, nice. All right, so we might have some dive bombers coming in. Did we sink all their carriers? Contact report changed to battleships. They can, but we can turn away and run. Our carriers are faster than their battleships. Maybe we sank them all. Certainly, I mean, we put enough bombs into them. I guess we'll see what, if anything, the land-based aircraft attack here. We just passed, I think those are whatever the predecessor to the Devastator was, the Vindicator maybe? Maybe they didn't even find anything. Well, it says en route to IP now, so we'll probably bomb something. Carrier force. Well, that's comms intel though. One CV up here, one CV down here. Let's pause here for a sec. This would indicate, because they're so damaged, they're all scattered. If you know, I could, there we go. Yeah, so this is one of them that's badly damaged. She's still moving though, despite a score of bomb hits. These guys, I think, are attacking the surface task forces. So it looks like maybe there's 2 carriers left. Only a few bomb hits in this guy. This guy's okay for the most part, if she has an air wing left. I think we're going to attack the surface task force down here. Soryu apparently has not sunk yet. Looks like they put out the fires too. Well, the good news is, because we've identified these guys as individual task forces, now I can send out raids specific to those carriers. So we'll let the land-based bombers probably fly around and do nothing against these surface ships, and then we can go ahead and we'll launch a strike against the remaining carriers. I mean, I think that's why we had success with our torpedo bombers last time around. I think the enemy was pretty much dead in the water. But, yep, we'll see. I wonder what we're attacking. I hope it's something juicy. I hope we hit it. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Here we go, loop-de-lee. Here we go, loop-de-lie. Here we go, loop-de-lee. All on the Saturday night. What are we doing? Are we not willing to attack anything if it's not a carrier? Is that the deal? No, just the game having us fly past and... Oh, pause. All right, we got a nice little dive bombing right here. 16 of us. Looks like, I think that's a battleship. This is not a very steep dive. I've noticed it doesn't seem like we like to do steep dives, especially with the land-based ones. The naval bombers do a better job of doing a steep dive, but these guys... What on earth are you aiming at? Where are these bombs going? I don't know if that was the dive bombers or if there's like B-17s up there dropping. I'm at least lined up better, my guy. This is real light flak for a battleship. Looks like it's a Congo class though. These bombs are not terribly close. Well short. I mean, it's not like you were as far off as those first set of 6, but alright. Well, the enemy battleship is laughing at you right now. No, the B-17s weren't there yet, so I don't know. That group's all dead. Could have been this guy. No, he's still chilling on the tarmac. I don't know what this guy's doing. I love the Catalina's just chilling in the water. They're just like, what up, yo? Are there any planes still? Just the one B-17. Everybody else is airborne. All right. Where are these guys flying to? They'll probably hit the surface task force first. So can we do a new strike? Yorktown, no. Can we do torpedo bombers? They won't be able to get there. I wonder if this game underrates how valuable dive bombs are in actual sinking. And it's like, no, you need torpedoes. All right, I think we can do this. All right, so we will send our aircraft out at both of these enemy targets. I don't think I can send the torpedo bombers here. We're not close enough, and I'd like to strike sooner rather than later. So we'll do that. We've got aircraft currently landing too. Hopefully I didn't just interrupt their landings. No, it looks like they're still landing. So did I issue orders for like part of my fleet and that Air Force and half of them aren't even on the deck yet? Not sure. Not sure I care. So they're definitely going to attack the surface force because they are not going to penetrate deep enough, I don't think, to get to the carriers. They would prioritize the carriers if they saw them, but I don't think they'll get into the carriers. So I think 2 of the enemy carriers have sunk and 2 are damaged and retreating. We'll take a look at the bomb hits and the mission debrief after. Okay. Yep, they're definitely going for the ships of the surface task force. What are we gonna go for? Battleship over here, probably. Maybe we'll get an anvil attack. Well, we're going for the stern's not the best strategy, I don't think, but we'll see. Whoa, you're gonna bank into each other? That's ballsy. She's still maneuvering, so I don't think these torpedoes stand much of a chance, but we'll see. I think they dropped too far away, especially given the limited intensity of the flak. Yeah, she's maneuvering too well, and I don't even see the fish wakes. I would guess the dive bombers will go for her too. That a torpedo that was just a dud? I thought they came from the wrong side, but there's a streak in the water I can't really explain. There they are, over here, the 3 fish. that we saw drop. They're going parallel to the battleship, so they will not hit. Unless the Japanese turn into them. Nope. All right, well, torpedo bombers did their job and didn't do anything. Nose over. I don't know where the other dive bombers are. All I see is 3 on this attack. Feels like my guy's the only guy with a chance of a hit. The other guys seem too far off to the... I was like right under the stern. But all missed. Definitely closer than the Navy guys. Or Marine guys, I guess we'll say. Well, they're bombing someone. We're going to dive through the clouds probably to go down and get them. All right, those are good lines. I don't know if we'll hit anything, but at least these are good lines. I think this is on the other battleship. Just short amidships. That was a real good drop. Damn. Well, by the looks of it, no one hit anything. That's too bad. These guys are spotting. These guys are planning. All right. Let's speed along till we get our next raid up. One of the battle cruisers was leaking fuel. Really? I guess I missed that. By the way, Ty Gamer and It's Big Doug, thank you for the follows. Blake, Adam, and Goldie, thank you for the subscriptions on YouTube. What's the next raid coming in here? 17s, right? Yeah. Maybe these guys will get to the carriers. If they're really dead in the water, they might have a chance of hitting them. Oh, they're going to divert again. God damn. The IP is too close. Everybody's getting sucked in by the surface task force. Can't see shit through the cloud cover. I wish you guys would... Oh, God. Oh, they dropped. Through... I don't know what they're going to hit. They're just like, "Boop, boop, we're done. Boop, boop." To be free the bombers and I don't think they're gonna. I'm assuming the bomb's already missed. Yeah. Okay, well, I think we'll wait for the one additional naval strike. So we'll see if these guys can get off to the target, and then I think we may call it a night. Hopefully these guys actually push into the actual targets. I wonder if these surface ships are making a run for a naval engagement with us. You can do surface fights in this. Nah, the B-17's already failed. Yeah, there's a way you can set priority for recon flights, right? You can tell them to prioritize carrier surface forces, and then you can also tell them to shadow that particular type of task force. So why can't you tell the bombers which type of target to hit? Seems like that would be a natural extension of that system. All right. So who's up front? Okay. Here we go, Luke to lead. Don't you dare attack the surface task force. You're gonna fly right over the top of them, but you better not dare attack them. If you do, I'll shoot you when you get back to the carrier. Everybody tunes in to listen to me sing, to listen to me sing, right? Okay. Honestly, at this point, I'm really tempted to just end the battle, but I want to kill the Japanese carriers for a more decisive victory. So we'll see. Sure, but 2 down isn't enough, man. We gotta get them all. No half measures. Only total victory will do. Okay. These guys are on like their third or fourth strike of the day. I do know experience factors in, so there's different experience levels for your air groups. What I don't know if fatigue, I don't think fatigue plays a role, but I would think at this point in a real battle it would. Well, we will see. The IP is here, which makes me worried that they're gonna shift south and go for what they see initially. The carriers are a little bit further. At least in the case of the Southern Strike Group, the IP is past the Surface Task Force. At least I think that's the IP. Oh God. I can't tell. It looks like they're heading toward the carriers. Or the carrier. There she blows. We're going in a little bit piecemeal, which is not ideal. I think we fly past in the oh, never mind. How is that not a hit? Oh wow. We got the whole squadron out over there to the right. I didn't see that. A lot more bombs than I thought we'd have. We only have 2 bomb hits in her, but she's like pretty much stationary. There's one. There's 2. Right off the plane I watched. 2 more bomb hits, a lot of near misses. All right, we got a second wave coming. More than a second wave. We got more bombers coming. How far is the Southern Strike? The target. Still a little ways, but the Northern Strike's second wave is coming in. There she is. She's a flame. Kaga's gonna need more explosives to sink her, maybe. Okay. I always like the rearmost. Oh shit. More bombers coming. I saw at least one, maybe two good hits there. She's got 3 fresh fires on her deck, I can see. Near miss. She definitely looks like she's settling by the stern a bit. This is where you need the torpedo bombers to come in. Didn't we have some on the strike? They already dropped. Any chance the torpedoes just haven't hit yet? Oh, they're way out of there already. Well, maybe they hit and we just didn't see them. She's definitely settling by the stern. I think she's sinking. Nice. Nice little cut right over to the other carrier. Multiple new fires. Now, this one didn't have any torpedoes because we didn't send a torpedo strike. She was too far away. I think this is the southernmost. Yep. No, that's actually the northern carrier. What about the southern group? Did everybody divert onto the main? No. All right. Well, those are fighters. Did we all divert onto the one carrier as opposed to launching strikes on the 2 carriers? Good hit. All right, I gotta think. This many bombs. I think everybody diverted to this carrier. Nobody stuck to course heading south. They all just wanted to get in on the action. You know, who can blame them? I assume she will sink. I think everybody dropped their bombs. Let's, I guess, speed time up a little bit and see. She's sinking for sure. Her stern is partially underwater. It takes a while. Ships definitely sink at a more historical speed, but she has to be sinking. She's got guns under the water line at this point. So now we'd have to wait for our ships to get back, our planes to get back, and to do a third strike. Also, no idea who she's shooting at this point. Yeah, she's settling by the stern. There's no question about it. She's got casemates that are like, these should not be below the water. And they are. So she's sinking. It's taken some time. The thing is, this class of carriers is like so high. Their carrier deck is so high out of the water that I think it can be challenging to see sometimes. Well, the lifeboat's in the water is where they belong. They better not save her. I'm just assuming she's going to keep sinking, but I suppose you get the pumps working. I think she's sinking. I'm going to keep saying that. Meanwhile, Enterprise is about to retrieve her aircraft. Is she really not sinking? Like literally her bow is underneath the water right now. Or her stern, sorry. Her casemates are also underneath the water. Are they more under the water than they were last time we looked? Yes, they're like fully under the water pretty much. There's no way, even if they somehow stay afloat, that they would make it back to Japan in this shape. It is going under slow. She's sinking. Don't you dare. She got guns underwater, dude. I refuse to not believe. Can I jump ahead 1 hour? All right, we'll see what happens when our planes are done landing. But I don't believe that. Well, maybe she's not sinking. Inventive. Okay, guys. She'd be flooding through the casemates for sure. She would have foundered by now. In real life, she'd be sinking. Actually, these casemates are not watertight. Anyway, I don't know if I have patience to wait to see if she goes under fully. So let's do this because we've been streaming for about 2.5 hours, and I think this battle's clearly won. So let's go ahead and debrief. This isn't Coral Sea. Why are you saying that?
In the Coral Sea.
They obviously haven't updated the victory animation yet.
U.S. Navy aircraft carriers have inflicted a decisive defeat on the Japanese fleet, threatening the Australian outpost of Port Moresby.
All right, we'll skip that because it's not Coral Sea. Strategic and tactical victory. Midway stands, and so does the U.S. Navy. Although the battle began under uncertain circumstances, the valiant crews flying from Midway and our carriers prevailed in a clash that has not turned the tide in the Pacific. The enemy's sword was irreparably blunted by this reversal of fortune. Some might even say a shattered sword. And our outstanding victory is given hope to the Allied forces around the world. We've defied fate, and the near future now smiles upon us. Yet Tokyo remains far off. It is up to us to lead the new offensive in the South Pacific. Full report. Oh, give me a break. Okay, so Akagi and Hiryu were destroyed. Well, apparently we damaged the battleship Kirishima. I didn't see that. And then Soryu and Kaga were damaged. I think they would have sunk. That's nonsense. And then we also damaged some other ships. The enemy lost 73 A6M2 zeros, 54 B5N2s, 53 D3A1s, and 1 E13A1A. Meanwhile, our own losses, 2 B-17s apparently were destroyed, maybe on the ground, I'm not sure. 4 B-26s, we saw them get shot down. 21 F4A3 Buffaloes, ripped to the Buffaloes, scrambling off of Midway. 6 F4F Wildcats scrambling, F4F3 Wildcats scrambling off Midway. 17 F4F4s off the carriers. 1 PBY5, 7 SB2Us off of the Midway. 24 SBD3s, those were primarily off the carriers. 7 SOC-1 float planes off the task force. 1 TBD-1 Avenger and 1 TBD-F1C Avenger. Actually, this TBD-1's a Devastator. TBF-1C, I think, is an Avenger. Final score, 4,600 points to 42. What? That seems like a lot. Oh, no, that's our final tactical score. So we lost 438 points. They lost 4,236 points, plus 800 for the aircraft. So all totaled, netted out to 4,600. Okay. Forced the enemy to retire. We didn't sink their whole carrier fleet, so we probably would have gotten like a decisive victory if we had sunk the Soryu and Kaga, but I didn't have the patience to see that through. So that's a victory. And this is Task Force Admiral. Game comes out on the 27th of January to early access. I believe the early access launches with both the 2 Coral Sea scenarios, the 2 Midway scenarios that we see here. And I don't know if these other Midway scenarios will be opened up or not yet. But those will be the initial releases with early access. Also, there is a battle generator. And now, I guess the battle generator doesn't update. So it's really just Coral Sea with up to 3 carriers. So you can do a battle generator of up to 5 carriers in like a random whatever. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. I guess I can't do the TAC View battle replays in here. But that's going to do it for now. I hope you guys did enjoy this look at Task Force Admiral. I think that's going to do it here, though. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks again for coming out for yet another stream. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out. Bye-bye. I didn't run an ad 30 seconds ago. That's weird. Anyway, Twitch being weird. Don't know why. I'm just going to assume the Japanese scuttled those carriers off screen after we had won our victory, because there's no way they were returning. I don't think anyway. But yeah. By the way, Tie Game and It's Big Dog, thank you for the follows. Zorg Forgotten, thank you for the follows. Mass Wolf, thank you for the gift sub. And to everybody on YouTube as well, thank you very much again. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching.